Hi, I'm Cherie with Cherie Vicey, and today I'm going to tell you the 20 things that I would not cruise without. Starting with number 1. This is my hanging makeup bag. I know a lot of people travel with these, but the traditional hanging cosmetic bags will not fit like full-size bottles of shampoo and conditioner in them. With all of this hair, I do have to take the full-size bottles of conditioner for a week-long cruise. There's no way around it. And most cruise ships do not offer conditioner in the cabin bathrooms. They'll usually have like shampoo and a body wash, and then that's it. So this is really perfect for me, and it holds all of my cosmetics, makeup, bathroom supplies all in one place. It has plenty of space inside of there. You could put like 4 or 5 full-size bottles in there if you wanted to. And then on the side, so on each side you have a pocket on the outside, and then it unzips, and there are places for makeup brushes there and another little mesh pocket on the side. This side is almost identical, but it does not have the individual holders for makeup brushes. It has like 2 holder spots here, maybe for like your brush, comb, larger items, and also a mesh pocket there, a mesh pocket, and then a waterproof pocket here. And when you fold it up, there is also a pocket on the outside. So this really is the perfect cosmetic bag for me. Next is this Downey Wrinkle Release. I know this is a big bottle, but if you're traveling with your family, you might need the big bottle. You can't bring steamers on cruise ships. They can confiscate those and keep them until after your cruise. And, you know, the cruise ships that I've been on do not have irons available that I know of. I have heard people say that on some ships they have like an ironing room and you can go and iron things, but that seems like a lot of trouble also. So this stuff works miracles. When I unpack and I hang everything up, I go ahead and spray it down. I give it a quick wipe or two, and I'm good to go. Next is sunscreen. You're gonna wanna have lots and lots and lots of sunscreen. I would suggest to just bring more than you think you need. Now, if you're sailing to the Caribbean, anywhere where there's coral reefs, you are going to need to get reef safe sunscreen. There are a lot of places where it's illegal to have sunscreen that is not reef safe. So you want to make sure that you check the labels for that. And I know that Sunbum is a brand that is reef safe. I usually get the face stick. It's really good for quick, like reapplying it on myself and on the kids. And it's just really easy. It gives you a really good coat. And this stick is a 50 SPF. It says for kids, but I use it on the adults also. And I love this facial mist for myself. And then of course, just your regular spray. This is a 50, but I also have a 70 also that I travel with. Okay, next on the list. You want to make sure that you're not going to get seasick on the ship. And there's 3 things that I take with me no matter what, because you never know how someone's going to react. And just because you haven't gotten seasick in the past does not mean that you won't get seasick in the future. Maybe you've only been on smooth sailing ships. Generally, I've only had to use the sea bands, but I always carry Dramamine, and I have put on motion sickness patches kind of as precautionary things when I start to feel a little queasy. But these are my go-to ride or die. And these are just the little sea bands. They're not the cutest accessory, okay, but they work. They have these little hard plastic knobs. You put them on your wrist, and you put that knob right at the pressure point on the inside of your wrist. You put one on each arm, and you're good to go. Just in case they don't work, that's why I have the motion sickness patches that can go behind your ear or on your belly button, and I bring some Dramamine. just to double down, because I don't want my vacation ruined, and I don't want to spend any time laid up in my cabin feeling miserable when I could be out doing karaoke or doing the wobble on the pool deck. Next, we have these towel clips. I love these. These are bright and colorful. I got these at like a Dollar General a few years back, and I love them for a couple of reasons. You know, obviously, if it's windy and you're out on the beach, they keep your towel from blowing off into the sand. But then also, like if you're on the cruise ship, or even if you take a cruise ship towel to port with you, where there's hundreds of other towels that all look alike, these are kind of identifiers. They help me quickly identify where our chairs are by the pool or by the beach when we're out. And I just really love them. They also come in handy if you want to clip a swimsuit to the back of your chair if you have a balcony room, and let the wind kind of help dry your swimsuit, because they don't always dry overnight when they're hanging in the cabin. And next, I have these shoe bags. These, I've got these on Amazon, and it came with, I don't know, a gazillion in a box. It came with quite a few in a box. And as a person who sometimes overpacks, I really like having, I don't like my shoes touching any of my clean clothes. So I love these shoe bags. They come in handy to keep everything separate. I know everything will be nice and neat and clean. And I can easily see, you know, what I've got. It helps me feel more organized and more sanitary. Next, for some of you, this might seem like overkill, okay? But I really like having this, and I'm going to tell you why. It is this giant laundry bag. Especially if you're traveling with, you know, several people in a cabin, like, you know, if you have 3 or 4 people in a cabin, it's really great. But I hang this on the doorknob, and as something gets dirty, all week long, I'm just throwing it in this dirty clothes hamper. I'm not having to pull out my suitcase and put anything in there. It's just all in one place. Everything goes in here, unless it's a wet swimsuit and I hang it on a hook on the wall, or like I said, clip it to the back of a chair out on the balcony if I have a balcony room. But then at the end of the week, you know, when it's time to pack everything up and get it put back in, that's where my next item comes in handy. And that is these vacuum seal, but you don't have to vacuum them, compression bags. And they look like giant Ziplocs, right? They're really loud. They're very easy to use. And it has this little zipper thing here. I can stuff all my dirty clothes in there before it's time to go. I put it on the floor, and I get on my knees and I just smash it and try to get all the air out that I can, stuff as much in there as I can, and then this seals it and acts as your compressor. Now, it does come off. You just slide it back on, so you have to make sure you keep up with that little piece at the top. I love these. They make it really easy to pack up all my dirty clothes after the trip, and then when I get home, all my dirty stuff is in one place. I can just throw these bags in the laundry room, and I'm good to go. Next, in the same vein of packing and compression, listen, I have been an avid YouTube watcher for years now. And some of my favorite people, because they're some of the first people that I started watching in the travel vein, were Tim and Finn. If you haven't seen their channel and you love travel content, check them out. But they have this line of travel gear called Tripped. And so in order to support them, and because I needed some compression bags, I ordered them. It's called Tripped Travel Gear Compression Bags. They come in different colors, and I got a 6-piece set. And it comes with, have your large size compression bag. And this is a medium bag. And this is a small bag. And this is an even smaller compression bag. And this one is really good for putting like undies and things like that in. I can pack them all in there. Undies, bras, whatnot. And then they also include this dirty clothes bag, but this ain't gonna be enough for my dirty clothes. even compressed. So what I'll do is at the end of the trip, if I have anything that's damp, beach towels, swimsuits, swim trunks, anything that has retained moisture, I will put it in this one to keep it separate from all the rest of the clothes so nothing sours. I can put all my wet stuff in here and it compresses, and you can roll it down and compress it and seal it so you can get it as small as it needs to be to take up as little space as possible in your bag. And the last bag is this, which I think is meant to be a shoe bag. But you know, I have those other shoe bags because one pair of shoes, come on. If you watched my 13 tips for cruisers video, you know that I am a chronic overpacker and I'm not gonna apologize for it. I just want to find a way to make all my stuff fit because I'd rather have too many options than not enough options, but that's just me. Oh, I forgot a bag. I use these little bags just to put, like this little bag, I put odds and ends in. I put my medicines, you know, you can put your towel clips, your sunscreen, whatever in these bags. So I love that set by Tripped Travel Gear. Next, I know lots of people talk about these, but they talk about them for a reason. And these are the waterproof cell phone cases. Now, I have carried these so many places. I've carried them snorkeling in Hawaii, and I was able to film with my camera while it was in this bag. It's really good for like when you go to a water park, for instance, if you don't want to leave your phone at your beach chair because everybody's getting up to go ride rides or go get in the pool, you can just slap your cell phone and credit card, you know, driver's license if you need ID, whatever you need, you can slap it all in this bag and it's waterproof and your phone is still usable through them. And I did get these on Amazon. I'm sure I've had these forever and ever and ever. And it's never ruined our phones, so I will leave the link. Another thing that I always take on cruises with me are these card holders. Okay, so this holds your stateroom card, which as you know works as your, this is my last one from the Carnival Jubilee, and it fits right in there because you use your card. I know some of the ships, I'm about to go on a princess ship and they have the medallion, but Carnival doesn't have the medallion. So there you go. You can always have this with you. It's especially good for kids, you know, because they can't keep up with stuff as well as we can. And sometimes the men folk aren't real good at keeping up with their things either. So this is just really good and handy. It has a clip here so you can unclip it and you can just clip it onto your front pocket, or you can keep it on this string and wear it around your neck. And that is adjustable so you can make sure that you don't lose it. And you don't have to carry an extra bag if you're a woman, you know, to have access to your key card. And getting off the ship at ports, it's just very handy, very convenient. You got to pull it out several times. You know, you pull it out when you get off the ship. You pull it out before you walk into the port. And so it just makes it very convenient. You don't have to fumble and look around for it. It's always right there. The next thing that I don't cruise without are these little holders for your luggage tags, okay? And one thing that I have learned is that each ship, their tickets will be different sizes, okay? So Carnival, you need the wide holders. Royal Caribbean, theirs are narrower and longer. And you can get these in packs of different size packs. You can get them in packs of 4, 6, 10, however many you need on Amazon. They're really cheap. And they have these little metal holders that unscrew that you can clip onto your bag. Because otherwise, I'm always afraid that if I just have that paper stapled around my luggage, that's just easy to rip off and then they don't know where my luggage goes. And I'm always a little bit paranoid about making sure that I get my stuff. And this just makes it easier for everybody. It's not gonna rip off if it gets manhandled around. And it makes me feel more comfortable that my luggage is gonna be where it's supposed to be when it's supposed to be there. Another thing that I don't travel without is this adapter. A lot of cruise ships, or most of them, some of them have like barely any outlets at all in your cabin, right? Some of them have plenty, but some of them just don't have enough. And usually there's always at least one American outlet and maybe one European. So this gives you access to more. Some cruise ships do not have USB ports or for sure a lot of them don't have USB-C. And if you have a newer iPhone, you need USB-C. So this, you can use it for 110 or 220. And on cruise ships, you have to have a certain kind of extension cord or adapter. It has to be non-surge. So this is cruise ship approved, and it has 2 extra USB ports and 2 USB-C ports, as well as 1, 2, 3 extra outlets. So everybody can charge all of their stuff. Nobody has to fight over whose cell phone is getting charged on the ship, because we don't want that, right? Next up, this is the handy dandy Tide to Go pen. I don't go anywhere without this. Lots of cruise ships have white night, and nothing makes my anxiety spike worse than having to wear a white dress for several hours or any kind of white outfit. And this really does work, guys. I have spilled stuff on my white dress, and this got it right out. So it takes up barely any space. You can get it anywhere. Carry one with you. You will not regret it, especially since you don't have access to do laundry. You do. You can pay for them to do a tiny little bag of your laundry, and there's usually like a 2-day turnaround. So this is just like good for on the spot when what you're wearing that day gets messed up, and you can still sport it that night and look fresh and clean and new. Next thing. This is something that I always travel with Ziploc bags, not just on a cruise ship. I just always travel with Ziploc baggies. I can put snacks in them from the buffet if I want to bring some cookies or whatnot back to my room. You can put some extra wet wipes if you don't want to take a big thing of wet wipes. Some of those wet wipe packs are really big. You could just stick a few in a bag and carry it with you. There's just so many uses for a Ziploc bag, and I always have them with me. And next, a lightweight jacket. Even if you're sailing to the Caribbean or the Bahamas and it's in the middle of summer, there are places inside of the ship that can be quite chilly, like dinner or shows. Some of these theaters can be quite chilly, and I always like to have something. I will generally bring like a lightweight denim jacket because I can put that over a dress or over a t-shirt, and it's still acceptable if you're cruising in fall or winter and going to the Caribbean, where you're leaving from and coming back to. The temperature can still be fall and winterish. You just want to make sure you have something, because like I said, I'd rather not need something and have it than need something and not have it, so it's always better safe than sorry. Okay, next, a water bottle. I don't want to pay $3, $4, $5 for a bottle of water on a cruise ship or at a port. So I always carry one of these for whoever is going with us, and we fill them up at the buffet or the spa or wherever, and you have water all day long and it stays cold. And I always fill it up when I'm getting off the ship to go into port, so that I have plenty of water for my beach day and I don't have to buy any water anywhere. Next up, in your medicine bag. Now, I don't have everything that I take in my medicine bag right here with me, but I will tell you the things that I will not go anywhere without, especially on a cruise ship where you don't have easy access to things that you might need, specific things. So I'm always going to have some Tums, an antacid, because we be eating a lot on them cruise ships. And I always take, some ibuprofen, Advil, Tylenol, some kind of headache pain reliever just in case. And the things I don't have with me right now, actually used on my last cruise because I couldn't pinpoint what I ate, but I needed some Imodium. And I didn't have any, but the friend that I was traveling with did, and thank goodness for that. And I learned my lesson. I will be traveling with that from now on. So like Imodium, Gas-X, and maybe even something for constipation, because your problem can go from one end to the other. I would just make sure that I'm covered, because I don't want these little belly issues ruining my vacay, right? It would also be good to have like a mini first aid kit, like with just Band-Aids, Neosporin, a little gauze, something like that. It's always better to be safe than sorry when you need something in a pinch. And next up, while we're in the belly issue vein, Poo-pourri. No matter who you're traveling with, if you're not alone, just do everybody a favor and take some of this. It's a courtesy. Those cabins are small, and for obvious reasons, we want everything to be as nice as it possibly can be on our vacation. And last but not least is this RFID safe wallet. It's the little wallet that I carry with me when I travel. I'm usually carrying a great big purse, in my real life, but when I travel, I always carry something really small. I don't carry all of my credit cards. I'll usually carry like one credit card, one debit card, and a little cash in my ID, and this is perfect for that. And I had heard that, people could steal your credit card information, even if it's in your wallet, in your pocket or whatnot, through these little scanner things that they have. And apparently these RFID, I think that's what it's called, wallets, keep you safe from that. And it's just really small and it holds everything. I can put cash here in this little pocket, receipts, whatever. It has, little pockets on each side, a place for my ID, which I've taken out, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 credit card holder slots, which is more than I need when I'm cruising. And I just generally use this for port days. You're walking around a different country, even when you're traveling within the U.S., going to cities and stuff. If you look like a tourist, you're an easy target. And this just helps give you another layer of protection. So that's it, guys. Those are the 20 things that I would not cruise without. If you found any value in this video and the things that I have to share, please like and subscribe. I have 2 cruises coming up in the next couple of months. One is on the Disney Wish with my son, and the other is my first solo cruise ever on the Discovery Princess out of LA. And I'm very excited to share all of that with you. So please like and subscribe for more cruise content. And until then, happy cruising.